together.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Welcome to the live chat. I'm going to give the room just a second to build, and then we are going to jump into this Alto purchase tonight. Happy Sunday, Sunflowerish. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope that you are having a warm, cozy Sunday evening at home because this weather has been it's it's been a little difficult. So, um the glitch sale, right? We all are familiar, whether you purchased or didn't or missed it. Happy Sunday, Roslyn. We're all familiar with the glitch sale that happened over the holidays on ILD that allowed the stacking, the doubling of discounts and coupons. And then if you throw in the addition of Rakuten rebates on top of that, then the prices were even better. There was a second glitch sale. I did make a purchase during that time, but that order was canceled. So I didn't have enough. The items that I ordered ended up being canceled. But during that glitch sale, there were several Alto pieces that were discounted 40 or more percent. And if you've been with me for a while and you've heard me talk about Alto purchases, I've shared with you that 40% for me is the discount trigger for when I pull the trigger or seriously start considering Alto pieces. And this sale was no different. These pieces were 40 plus percent off, and it was a bag that I had on my radar. Wasn't sure if I was gonna like it or not. I have unboxed because I'm not keeping boxes in the house. Not to mention the box for this one was soaking wet when I did retrieve it. It had been on the porch for a couple of days because I wasn't at home when it was delivered. So I didn't want to bring that wet box into the house. So I did go ahead and take it out of the actual box and I let it sit in some UV light to, kill all the potential cooties that could have been laying around. But I do want to dive into this one tonight, mainly because I'm curious to see it. Two, because I'm thinking I need to figure out whether or not it's going to be a an everyday casual carry, whether it's going to be event, whether it's going to be appropriate for travel. The other thing is, I don't want to have a mishap and there be something wrong with this bag and I miss my window to return it. So, lesson learned in 2021. So, we're going to dive into it. So, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you have not already done so. If you purchased Alto pieces or, quite honestly, Florentine pieces during the sale, please drop a comment in the chat so that I can see those that took the plunge as well. I also like to know if the bag that you purchased was at least 40% off, and maybe that's the reason that you pulled the trigger. This bag is the Dooney and Bourke Alto Estelle. And as you can see, this bag is regularly priced $725. I'm hoping that this is reversed and that, I don't know, you might not be able to see it. Quantity, this bag is 14 of 22, so not a lot of them. And when in doubt, I go with the red color. I was interested in the avocado color, the green, but it wasn't included. It wasn't, the color option wasn't even listed under the bag when I got ready to pull the trigger on this one. So since I couldn't decide between the other colors, and I kind of felt like the dark gray color, although I didn't really have, I don't really have, I have gray, but I don't have dark gray in my collection. I just didn't feel like that would really be a color that I would reach for year round. So I decided to go with red. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Oh, I like that. Okay, so let me let you see the bag. So here's the side profile. Pull the hang tag out. The leather is perfect. It was in a box, the appropriate size, so the handles are still standing, unlike the large Alto bag that I am, still a little salty about. Look at the detailing of the way they've stitched those handles and the way they kind of peek during. Oh, I love that. All right. So here's one thing that I have immediately noticed about this bag that I don't like. Not a feet, a foot, a horseshoe, not a combat boot, not anything on the bottom to protect this bag. And it looks, I don't know whether that's, is that the leather or is that the way it's constructed? I'll see that little waviness right there. And it's doing the same thing on this side. I don't know if you can up, down. But overall, the leather is really smooth. I love the red color. I have a couple of red Alto pieces that I have had in my collection long enough that they have actually patinaed. I like that. Definitely an over the crook of the arm. However, it does have, it comes with a strap, so the strap can be crossbody, a shoulder carry, or quite honestly, you can just have it dangle for an aesthetic. The other thing that I notice about this bag that Dooney has not done consistently with any of its hardware, but especially with its Alto pieces, but I'm gonna see if you notice it, if you can pick up on what they've done differently with their hardware on this bag. Do you see it? Come on. I know somebody has a keen eye and can see what it is. Come on, come on, come on. Nobody sees it. Nobody sees what they've done. Look at the zipper pull. Do you see where the lettering is debossed there and it says Dooney and Bourke? Yeah, they don't, that is not consistent. It's not done everywhere, but that really sets. So bags that I have where the hardware is branded by the brand, it's one of those details that I immediately pick up on. Just like if a bag doesn't have feet, I immediately think about the wear and tear and how the brand intends for that bag to be used or carried and how difficult or easy it's going to be cared for. So I immediately noticed that, and the hardware, I noticed that even though it has the Dooney hang tag, even though it has the debossing in the leather, it is also in the zipper pull. See that? Dooney and Bourke. All right. With this hardware, these O-rings, I'm trying to think. There's a charm. I don't think it's the duck, but there is a Dooney and Bourke charm that I have that has these same O-rings on them, and you see how that pushes in, so you can actually open and close the O-rings. It's not solid, and I don't know why I would need that, because I'm sure the strap has a clasp on it. It should, so that I could just loop it through the O-ring. So I'm not sure why they decided. You see that? See that? See it open there? And it doesn't open wide, so it kind of feels, I don't know what the intent, but you got this thick piece of leather here on the sides from where they have attached the center section to the side profile of the bag. So I don't know why they would put that hardware on there as opposed to just a plain O-ring or a D-ring. But anyway, all right, so here is the top profile of the bag. You can see that the outside sections have a magnetic strap, no outside pockets, immaculate stitch detail that is absolutely gorgeous. Look how smooth that is. Not a scratch, not a ding. So it is flawless. It is ready for me to love and or beat her up. Unlike Florentine leather, you cannot buff out scratches out of Alto. So very similar to like the Beacon collection. The leather, once it starts showing wear, it's in there. There's no buffing it out. There's no concealing it. So here is the top profile. Strong hardware. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's take a look at the inside. You hear that hardware? Okay, there's the strap. It came inside the dust cover. So Alto bags ship inside the dust cover, and that dust cover should have red Dooney and Bourke lettering on the front of the dust cover, and it also has red drawstrings. Regular bags come in either the white, but mainly the blue, and they have the white drawstring in the top of the bag, and it has white lettering on the bag. So here is the back of the bag, because the debossing is on the front, and it has a zipper pocket. It has a single card slot, ID, debit card, business card holder, whatever you want to call it or use it for. It is I don't know if I like that or not. Let me take another look. Hold on. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I'm keeping the bag, but I'm just noticing some details. And one of those details, you see the stitch work here on the outside? It seemingly is a design element, a design detail. You don't, it's not anything on the outside of the bag that ties to it. But what I noticed is that this is the stitching that actually is holding the lining in place. And it's only in those places. So here, there are no stitches holding the lining in place. Now, you do have this flap where the hardware is holding that in place. and it's likely some kind of glue or adhesive that's holding the fabric to the actual leather. But there is only, let me pull it a little closer. You can see that that is the only place where there are stitches across the top of the lining of this bag. So that's kind of unusual. I may have to go back and look at some of my newer Alto bags to see if that is consistent. Feels like that would have been a detail that I would have immediately picked up on. So I think this is unique to Estelle, but it is something that I immediately picked up on. So there is the back. You do lose a little bit of inside cavity because the way the leather is finished on the side. So I'm good with that. I like the fact that they ran the stitch across the top. That's a nice little finishing detail, especially with these being two separate pieces of leather that have been put together to create those side panels. So you have the stitching all down the side, and then it's finished with a top stitch. So I like that. And then on the front, you have the old school cell phone pocket. And what I dislike about this pocket is, other than the size, because nobody's cell phone is that size anymore. But if they're going to keep this pocket, I wish that they would close the corners of the pocket. And what I mean by that is if you decide to use this for like small tubes of lip gloss, or maybe chapstick, or maybe even to drop an ink pen or two in there, the corners, let me see if there's an angle that I can show you. The corners are not finished, so it's got enough of a gap that like a Bic size or a number 2 pencil, or even something like a MAC lip gloss, that if you were keeping that in that pocket, where'd the pocket go? All right, if you were keeping it in that pocket, it would definitely fall through. There's not a good angle for me to be able to show you that. On the front wall, you have that same detailing that is not quite finished in my opinion, but then you do have a little bit of a unique organizer here on the back that is interior all Alto leather. So you've got what could have been a pocket on the back, right? If they hadn't stitched the top, could have had a nice size pocket. Instead, wait a minute, what is going on? Does that lift up? Let's see. Yeah, it's, I can't even, okay, all right. I'm going to stick a pin in there so that you can see it, because that was a little odd. All right, let me see. 1, 2, that is in fact stitched. Oh, that's going to have to grow on me a little bit. Okay, let me show you. So on this back wall, it appears like there's a pocket here, but it's stitched at the top. So there is no way to put anything behind here. So it's a piece of leather sewn on the front of the bag, but it's not an actual pocket. And then you've got this little, let's call it a pin pouch pocket. I don't know what they call it. And then you got a smaller pocket. I don't think that's even big enough to put a card case in. Maybe you could get a card case in there. You could probably get a card case, and then if you keep your glasses maybe loose in your bag, which I don't, you could maybe stick the arm, so you put maybe a pen and your glasses, or maybe even if you took the pen out, you could maybe put your readers in there, or maybe a lip gloss. But it would have been nice to have a slip pocket, and then have the slip pocket finished, and then have 2 additional pockets on the front. So it's different, but I think there's a way to increase the functionality of that. What do y'all think about that? It should, but it's sewn to the lining of the bag. There is no getting behind it, and that is the actual lining. So it's attached here and here, and this creates the pocket instead of their back wall pocket and then a front leather pocket. Okay, do you see the little bit of light that's shining through down here in the pocket in the corner? That shadow? That's the opening from where that pocket is looped and sewn on the center zip, but it's got an opening. It's a gap, so things can fall through there depending on the size. All right, and then the center zip, let's see. This hardware feels a little bit thicker. The zipper is a little thicker. It feels thicker. It may feel like my Evelyn, because that has some similar hardware. The center pocket center section is attached at the bottom, so you don't have to worry about things transitioning from the front or the back of the bag. Once you put them in place, they are in place. The center zip is also attached on the side of the bag, but only at the top and the bottom. Wait a minute. Okay, I just got really excited because I thought I could get the entire center out so that I could use this almost like a field tote or book tote, but it doesn't come out because it's sewn on the sides. It's got this Velcro under the bottom to hold it in place, so the sides are not stitched into the side or anything. It's only this section here at the top, and the Velcro is what's keeping your stuff from shifting from the front to the back, but there isn't anything holding the side walls, the side panels in place. I was about to get really excited about being able to take this center section out, but that's not happening. So let me Velcro the bottom back in place. Wait a minute. I need to know now, is that every Alto center zip? Okay, no, that's just sewn in all on the sides and at the bottom. You can see that's not pulling away. I wonder why they did that like that. And then we've got just the center, no pocket, no slip, no leather, no organization, just a red cotton twill lining on the center. All right, let's see what the deal is about this strap and whether or not this hardware is needed for this strap. Why did they do... This is a really nice strap. Look at this. It's nice and thick. Look at the side profile. You can see the glazing. No issues there. I have not had any issues with any Dooney bag and the glazing. I did have issues with my Henry Bendel Bowery tote. But other than that, but yeah. So that's it. No center section, so the length is the length, with the exception of being able to adjust the strap. That's 2, 4, 5 adjustments, and then this heavy hardware here. Does that say Dooney and Bourke on the inside? I'm trying to... Are those... I don't know whether that's lettering. Nope. It does. It does. It says Dooney and Bourke in there. I don't know if it's going to show on camera, but you can kind of see where the light kind of flicks and catches there. And then nothing on this hardware, but it is on the inside of the clasp here. And the same way these lobster claws open is the way these D-rings or O-rings open on the bag hardware, but I don't know that it's necessary because that should just pop on there. It does. I don't know why it needed. Okay, let's see. Oh, that takes away from it. I don't like that. I don't know. Of course, the strap needs to relax a little bit, but I still don't think it needs it. Now, if I'm getting lipstick on it. If I'm traveling, the strap might be helpful for shoulder bag, like checking in, trying to get through TSA, or when I'm standing at the, carousel, getting my luggage off if I want it to be hands-free. If you're at the grocery store or making like a Walmart or Target run, the crossbody strap would be helpful in that regard. If maybe you're pushing a baby stroller and you need, of course, both hands, having the shoulder strap would be helpful there. I just don't... it has function. I just don't know that I will use it or keep it on there. I'm trying to get the strap to relax a little bit. I'm thinking that maybe I'll just drop the strap in the bottom of the center zip so that if I need it, I'll have it, and if not, then it's secured and it'll be stored with the bag. Center zip. All right, so what I use the center zip for in Genoa, which is probably what I'm going to do with this one as well, is... Oh, I need to get her stuffed. Yeah, she needs stuffing. I put the things in the center zip that I reached for least often. So like extra mask, extra gloves, because I had mask and gloves leaving the house, and I also had in the car So if I needed something extra, that's where that stockpile was. And then on the outside, which is very similar to how this setup is, I had wallet, sunglasses, like hair, spray sanitizer. I think I had my brush, things like that, so that I could easily get to those things. Let me take that out. I could easily get to those things without having to do a whole bunch of touching and the hardware and inside the zipper and all of that. So I'm thinking that I may do the same thing. I know there are a lot of people that like the center zip for like wallet security. I'm not a fan of the center zip. I feel like it restricts my ability to be creative with how I organize my bag, because that center zip is disruptive, which is why I got so excited when the Velcro lifted from the bottom, because I thought, oh, there's a way for me to get it out of here. I can be a bit more creative. But it's not, right? You got your snap closure, you got the center zip, so it's gonna limit what size pouches I can put in here. It's going to restrict me from being able to use a purse organizer, because I only have on each side of the center zip half of the depth, so I can't use like a really large cosmetic, because I only have a certain amount of space on each side of the zipper to use. So I'm not a fan. I think the center zip is a personal preference, and it's not a preference for me. But I don't know what it is about this square. Maybe it's the book tote vibes. I don't know whether it is. I really enjoy carrying like my Dooney and Bourke Janine. So it's kind of a little bit more polished than Janine. So I like the look of that. I don't like this on there. I don't like that on there. This is kind of odd. It's distracting. I tried. I don't particularly care for that on there. Sorry, I'm sure there are a lot of people that like it, or that would carry it as a shoulder bag or crossbody. To me, it is not a crossbody carry. Great to have the option, but it's not for me. I like the look. It's very professional. It could be larger tabletop carry. It is, I think the profile of the bag gives it kind of a contemporary, could be a little bit more casual look, but because it's alto and it's red, it could step into any meeting, boardroom, bank, or otherwise. I think it just needs feet under the bottom. It needed at least 4 feet, if not 5 or 6. It feels like it should have had like 2 here, 2 center, and 2 here, if not 2, 1, 2. And that's even if they weren't reinforced with a strip of alto leather. It feels like that's missing, especially considering it has a removable strap and it is a top handle carry. That to me is a miss in this design. So 2 misses, 3 misses for me on this bag. I love the bag, by the way, and it's a keeper. But 3, I guess, design critiques are: it needs feet under the bottom. So that's 1. The second thing for me is I like the hardware, but I don't understand why we needed O-rings that open. So maybe I just don't understand the intent there. Unless it is to completely take them off if you don't plan on using them. But I don't know that. Ooh, yes. Okay, so you can actually slide these completely off. And I guess it's easier for them to put them on and you take them off if you want to than for them to be loose like the strap and then trying to get them added on. So, okay, I'll leave the hardware alone. So, first again is the feet. The second for me is this back storage situation could have been expanded. So, I think it should have been 1, 2, 3 pockets instead of 1, 2. So, that's the second critique. The third is I'm over the size of the pocket, but if you got to have the pocket, then let's seal it all the way around, close those corners because stuff falls out. So that's the third. Fourth for me is this whole Velcro situation under the center zip. I don't get that at all. So that's the fourth. And then the fifth is that even though there's not stitch work going all the way down the back, so I understand why the stitches stop here. I get it. I wouldn't have wanted it tailored all the way down. I like this aesthetic, but it feels like this should have been glued to the side of the bag. And I understand that it's not fully lined, so you got front, bottom, back line, but the side panels are raw leather. That is the back side of the leather that you're seeing there. But I still would have wanted this pocket sewn or glued in the bottom so that it doesn't move. And then much like Genoa with the side of the center zip, let's secure that as well. Let me see how deep this pocket is. Okay. So the back pocket stops right here. So pretty much the height of the bag. And then it goes over to this point. So could have made the pocket a little bigger, especially considering there's no seams going all the way down the side center of the bag. But I like it. I like it a lot. But I can like it and still critique it. I'm good with this. I'm good with this. The feet, I think, is the biggest thing for me. Because interior, not crazy about the idea of Velcro. I feel like that was a shortcut, a Dooney shortcut that was unnecessary. And I see you, Peter. Don't try that with the next round of Alto bags. Don't do that. Because I'm going to pick up on it and I'm going to call you out on it. So that was just a shortcut. So I didn't like that, but I could get over that. I think I can get over that a little bit quicker than getting over this bag not having feet. It needs feet under the bottom. And I'll say that 1,000 times. It needs feet under the bottom. I like the little, organization idea here. I think that's new, it's different, it's fresh, but it's also a little misleading because it could have created a spot that was big enough for a small wallet. It would have been a place where you could throw like small hand lotion, small hand sanitizer without that stuff being in the center. It could have been a place for you to be able to stick receipts very quickly on the go, or even slide, like a card case. But it's just stitched all around. And if you're gonna cheat me out of my feet, then give me something else extra on the interior for organization. Because I'm just thinking, If I travel with it, the butt of the bag is gonna end up on the floor under the seat. That's not good. If I am shopping with it, if I sit it in a shopping cart, which I have a tendency to not do, but if you're a person that puts your bag in the shopping carts, then the entire bottom of the bag is going to be on the shopping cart, which could cause issues with the leather. If, oh, I don't like that idea. If you are eating out or something, if you're sitting it on the table, every bit of that is gonna have contact with lots and lots of surfaces. So I've got a feeling that the bottom of this bag for me is probably gonna show wear and patina a lot faster because it's gonna get wiped down with like Clorox wipes and it's gonna be sprayed down with Lysol. Your bag, you do whatever you want to keep it clean and sanitized, but I'm telling you over here, everything gets wiped down with a Clorox wipe and will get sprayed down with Lysol. If it messes it up, and oh well, it's my bag. So you care for your bags the way you want to care for yours, but over here, we believe in Clorox and Lysol. So, that's going to be needed for the bottom of this bag, especially with me not planning to use the strap. But I like it. I like the side stitching. I like it's the way the leather is finished just kind of adds a little bit of interest if you walk up and you first see the side profile of the bag. I know a lot of people don't think about that, but to me, and I could be thinking about it kind of weird, but if you walk up directly to me and my bag is in my hand or holding on my shoulder, you should be able to see a design element. If you are walking towards me, this is the side profile that you're likely seeing if it's on my shoulder. There's a design element, right? And if I'm downstairs and you're looking down, me holding my bag, there's even a little bit of visual interest here in the top profile of the bag. And that's everything from what I'm going to call the removable hardware to the top stitch of the handles, being able to see the little profile. It's almost like almost kind of semi-horseshoe-ish, but you've got that detail that you can actually see from the top if you're looking down. It's not just a flat profile. And then you've got the gorgeous gold tone hardware. Everything, like every angle of this bag, there is interest, but it's missing feet. It didn't have anything to protect the bottom, so that's going to be a challenge. But I like it. All right, here she is again. This is the Dooney and Bourke Alto Estelle. I picked it up during the ILD glitch sale. This is my Christmas bag purchase. And I am loving the flawlessness of this piece of leather. Now, with Alto, it's going to develop a patina, but depending on, and I use a lot of lotions and oils and stuff like that on my hand, so sometimes I'll end up getting like shiny spots from where I've like handled the bag. I'm okay with that. If you're not familiar with Alto, just an FYI that it will, and again, no way to buff it out, no way to get it out. It just becomes part of the leather. And then even the way that the handles are finished here, if you notice, so the glazing of these handles is kind of the design element on the side, but that also carries all the way through the handle. So instead of the finishing of the handle, if you were to hold it, instead of this seam, I guess is what we'll call it, instead of that seam being downward and being in the hand, it actually is on the outside and becomes a design element in the bag as well. You got, again, another little top stitch to finish off here right under the glazing. I like this as a design element, but I think it's a miss on the interior from a lining standpoint. And it does the same thing on the front. I just really like that. I like that. And this is, you see, you kind of got a little bit of that bubble on the outside. Again, flat on the inside, but a little bit of roundness, a little bit of raised texture here on the outside as it goes up into the actual handle, and it's on both hands. Can you see that? It's less pronounced on the inside. You can feel it, but on the outside, you see it and feel it in the way that it's almost like it's kind of puffed up on the outside as it gets stitched and then tailored off here at the bottom. That's the back of the bag. And there is the side profile. Again, the front, Dooney and Bourke. You've got the clochette that also has the Dooney and Bourke pendulum in the inside or hardware, and then the top profile of the bag. Removable O-rings on both sides, so if you wanted to loop those through and take those off so that you don't have the distraction, or if you don't plan on using the strap, you can take those off. If you decide to put them back in, you can thread those back into the hardware. And then on the zipper pull, we do have Dooney and Bourke engraved into the zipper pull. Center zip only attached at the top as far as you can see the stitches on both sides. Sides beneath that are detached, and then under the bottom, the center zip is not sewn into the bottom of the bag. Instead, it has a strip of Velcro under the bottom butt of the pouch or the center zip, and on the base of the bag where it can attach. So not crazy about that element, but I could have gotten over that a little easier than no feet. So I wonder, I think I might be okay with this bag as kind of an all occasion. It's nice enough for work, nice enough for travel or church. I think it has a casual enough look that if I were in, I don't know, jeans and a sweater, it would polish that off. I think it has enough size to it. The depth has enough size to it that I could probably get all of my travel essentials in here as well. The only thing that would concern me, it doesn't have feet, so if I'm traveling by plane, it's going to be either sitting directly in the overhead bin, which I have a tendency to not to do because I sleep on planes, and once I'm out, anybody could get into my bag. But if it's under the seat in front of me, then that means it's on the floor as well. She might not get to travel because of that. Maybe by car. She can travel by car. She can hang with me, you know, other places. But I think the fact that it doesn't have feet on it is going to keep her from making it to the airport. Although I think she would be stunning walking through the Atlanta airport. Like, absolutely gorgeous. I think it would get a lot of compliments and attention. But she doesn't have feet. Okay. But that is Dooney and Bourke's Alto Estelle, picked up during the ILD glitch sale for more than 40% off. So let me take a look at the chat. If you have not hit the thumbs up, I'm going to ask that you kindly do so. I would really appreciate that. So we have tonight Rosalind, Mo, The Closet Dive, Carmen. We have Bad Crazy, Ingrid, Scott, DJ King, Lisa J's World, B-Star. Hello, hello, happy Sunday. Lucinda. Oh, I have someone overseas watching, and maybe it's Jill Dub, GLDUB. I'm sure I just slaughtered that. Charge it to my head, not my heart. CF, Miss Angie. We have, who else is in the chat tonight? Clove 007, Shani Cole. Hello, hello, hello. Happy Sunday. Miss Pretty Brown Oneman, Allison Brown. Brina, hello, hello. Brina 1971. Black Soul. Mark Moody. That's the same as, we may have a troll in here tonight. Indubitably Sanice, Keisha, hey, 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 happy Sunday. Miss Rain, Heartstring, hello, happy Sunday. We have, yeah, we've definitely got a troll in here tonight, but I don't, we'll deal with that. It's in a foreign language, so we'll let it ride for now. Bad Crazy, I think I already said hello, but if not, hello again. Carla Longer Beam is in tonight. Candy Crusher, who is becoming a permanent occupant of the Enabler Corner. More to come. Life Help Now, hello. Happy New Year. Sunflower Wish 6 is in tonight. And that appears to be everyone with Samantha Cox just joining. And hello again, Mono's Beauty is also becoming a permanent resident in the Enabler Corner. So these ladies have not allowed, the first 10 days of the year to pass without getting in trouble, getting me in trouble in the Enabler Corner. And then we have Nikki81 who has also joined. So thank you everyone for joining. We've got 43 people in the chat tonight. Please, please, please hit the thumbs up before you head out. Stop shopping, Virginia. Happy Sunday. Welcome. Happy New Year. I am going to see what fits in this bag. I don't have anything else in here with me to kind of get that all pulled together. I do have a couple. Let me stop lying. I have several bags that I purchased still from birthday. This was the only Christmas bag purchase. This is the one that I dubbed as my Christmas bag purchase. But I wanted to know if you want to see like a best of 2021. I have not found it. I do have a list of bags. They will not all be Dooney, but I don't know. Thanks, Mo. I don't know if you want to see that, or if because we're 9 days into the new year, if it's a pass. Rosalind, I did see your comment asking if I would consider putting feet on the bottom of the bag. I would consider taking it to a cobbler to see if there is a way for them to do it. I don't know that I want them glued on the bottom of the bag, but I also don't know that I want them going through the leather. I don't know. I need to sleep on that one and think, because I did think that this bag had feet on it, but clearly I was mistaken. So I'm not sure if I would be better off altering the bag to get the feet, or just not carrying it for like travel so that I don't have to worry about it being on the floor. I don't know. I need to sleep on that one. I need to think about it. But yes, hit the thumbs up. Let me know if you want to see a best of 2021. It again is not all one brand, since I've tried a couple of different brands and bags this year. Keep in mind that when I have done best of in the past, unlike some other YouTubers, it's not about what I bought this year, because I may have bought something and not carried it, and it then isn't a best of. But typically, when I do the best of, it's bags that I have used in the year. So that's the best of, not what I bought, because that's what this kind of forum, the Tribe Time, the Feed Your Addiction, the the handbag happy hours, that's what I do during those. But the best of 2021 for me is typically bags that I have used and used frequently. I did try a few different bags this year, but my list is kind of short. I think it's manageable. So I will try to go ahead and pull all those together and get it filmed. I think you're going to be surprised at the list. Matter of fact, let's see that in the comments. I'm curious, based on what I've talked about and what I've shared with you that I've carried in 2021, I'd like to hear what you think will make my best of 2021 list. Let's see in the comments. Let's see. Candy Crusher, there is a change of address card coming your way for the address at 1000 Enabler Way. So just be on the lookout for that. Mo, you got yours too. Change of address card. They've already been sent to you ladies to make sure that you get your mail and your sales notifications on time. I want to make sure that you get those. So change of address card to 1000 Enabler Way. So lots of people want to see what I have best of 2021. So I will go ahead and get that filmed. Diva 9000, happy Sunday. Welcome. Do y'all want to see that like during a live? Like best of 2021 live, or do you want me to film it? Because I don't get as many views on like pre-recorded uploads as I seem to get during a live stream. So just trying to figure out what your preference is. Okay, so we've got 2 bags that have been called out thus far. So Genoa has been called out by a couple of folks. We've got the Monogram large tote. I did live in that for a little while in 2021. And then Go Forth Goods, because I rounded out my collection with my 3rd or 4th Go Forth Goods purchase. Okay. All right. So, don't know the name of the bag, but the bag you showed today. Oh, Genoa? Are you referring to this one? Is this the one you're referring to? Nikki 81? Genoa, Alto Genoa. And then so Allison, so no, I have not shown all of the bags that I purchased in 2020. So, hi, Determined to Be. Welcome. Happy Sunday. So Rosalind and I had a quick text exchange today, and I shared with her that 2020 I shopped my way through the pandemic. Like that was my comfort, like being able to get Lysol, Clorox, wipes, toilet paper, and boxes delivered every day. And I'm talking about clothes, shoes, supplies, food, you name it. And let me tell you, retail therapy, I have never retail therapied as much as I did in 2020. If there were like tiers to like grow in like Amazon Prime, I would have maxed out like whatever diamond level or whatever platinum, whatever the highest level would have been. I would have accomplished that during 2020. It literally got to the point in 2020 where I told UPS, FedEx, and which I kind of have a semi-consistent Amazon delivery driver, like, hey, if boxes are on this porch from yesterday, just call in a wellness check because I'm sick. If I can't get out and get the boxes and you start seeing stuff on the porch, just do me a favor and call for somebody to come and check on me. 911, EMTs, fire department, it didn't make me a difference. They were here 4, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days a week. That's no lie. So 2020, I shopped my way through, and no, Allison, I have not shown a fraction of the bags that I purchased during then. There is a video that I posted in a short. So if you go to my shorts reel, that shows the bags that I had not shown. Not all of them. Some of them, like off to the side, are bags that I have shown, but the majority of what's in that video clip is what I bought during 2020. So I coped and shopped my way, retail therapy my way through 2020. 2021 was more, I think, grief shopping. I griefed shopped and I grief ate my way through 2021. It just is what it is. I lost 9 family members in a 12-month period on one side of my family. One side. I'm not counting paternal family member losses, because there were probably about 11 on my dad's side, and close family members on my mom's side was 9, and that number grows to 15 if we start talking about like extended family. If we start talking about people that my family has adopted, that number. So I stayed in a perpetual state of grief, and I shopped and I ate my way through 2021. Take your judgment someplace else. For 2022, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be. But I've purchased, how many bags have I purchased in the first 9 days of 2022? Mo and Candy Crusher, what's the total? Because y'all have been, let's see, 2. I think I've purchased 2. Yeah, 2 bags so far this year. Yeah, 2 bags. They have both been delivered. They were both after Christmas sale purchased. Did I just lie? It's not 2 bags. That's a lie. Mari says that's a lie. I am the baby's mother. So more than 2. 2 that I ordered that have already come in. So we'll clean it up. We'll clean it up that way. 2 that I've ordered that have been delivered. But yesterday and today, yeah, Lucinda, I think I think I had some secret purchases too. Secret as in, I don't think I confessed it in text messages, but I think it's 2 that have arrived and a couple more and some accessories that shall remain nameless until they arrive. So I don't know. 2020, no, haven't shown them all, but if you want to see what the mayhem looks like, it's in my shorts reel. 2021, I've not shown all of those bags. And then this year, I've purchased a few bags, 2 of which have already made it to the Dooney vault. And by vault, in that reference, I'm not talking about the actual Dooney vault. I'm talking about in the house, and Rosalind is throwing my count off. So before I get to the bottom of this pit, clearly I have been in the vortex, the shopping, the handbag vortex, not just the Dooney. It's been Dooney vortex. I'm not gonna lie. One bag was not Dooney. Everything else has been Dooney. If you have not been on ILD and looked at last call, there were several things that reappeared from the vault, like the Trista in grape, like the Sweetheart cosmetic case, like the Verona backpack. I almost forgotten about the Verona collection, but I do have, I think it's two. I think it's two Verona collection bags that I have. I've never carried them. I think they're on this side of the Dooney vault, but I need to dig those out at some point and share those. Yeah. I think I have enough bags that between the weeks that we don't show a bag or we do sip and cuss or whatever, I don't think I would need to buy anything else in order to have content for the rest of this year. Maybe. Keeping in mind that I use some props, right? So you've already seen this. This has been on a couple of times. It had its own video, the what fits, the update. So I think I could manage without buying anything else. I think I could finagle. Candy Crusher said you lied. I corrected it. I tried. It came back to my memory. Yeah, I did order one yesterday, Candy Crusher. See? And guess who sent me the link? I'm pretty sure Candy Crusher sent me the link. I'm sure she did. Sure she did. I did not order the saddlebag, Rosalind. I didn't. But I did have I have been back and forth on the tote bag from Marc Jacobs and the new one in the jacquard that has the jacquard pattern. Y'all need to go to marcjacobs.com, look up the tote collection, and look for the newest tote, the large, of course. I'm not a mini. I don't want the small. I want the big boy. The jacquard actually spells out Marc Jacobs. That is the actual design in the jacquard print. So the pattern is actually in the branding, it's in the pattern. It is, I love it. But what throws me off is, as one of my tribe sisters said, the DIY cricket lettering on the front of that bag. And I don't want to offend anybody because I know a lot of people have that bag and love it. And I like it too, but every time I see that lettering, it keeps me from pulling the trigger because that bag doesn't need, I want them to do a plain version of that bag, like without the tote bag lettering. Same with the leather. I don't think it would be, honestly, I think that's why I like this. If I could get a bigger version of this, it would take my eyes away from the tote bag from Marc Jacobs, because it's this boxy square. It has a zipper top, a longer shoulder drop, no center zip, but it does have some limited organization on the inside. Maybe that's why this caught my attention, is because all of 2021, I have been back and forth about the large version of the Marc Jacobs tote. I love the size, the profile, the look of that bag, but what has kept me is the tote bag. Is that necessary, Mark? I know Peter's thinking, finally she turns to somebody else with a critique. I have. Nobody will be spared in 2022. If I got a question, if there's something wrong with your design, I'm going to point it out, just like I did with this one. But I think this spoke to what I have been trying to feel with my quest for the Marc Jacobs tote. I just don't want the letters all over it. And part of the reason Mo is in the enabler corner is she offered a perfect solution for me. Perfect solution. She said, get it and just carry it on the opposite side. Let the lettering be against your body. Nobody will ever know. And it was, I put it back in my cart, and I just thought, I've critiqued, how polished people are when you don't have the emblem in your, how are you carrying your bag. But that one, I think, may solve it, because I really like the detailing of that jacquard. It spells out Marc Jacobs. Because when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I like the jacquard. And then when I blew the pictures up, I was like, I love that jacquard. I love the way they designed that jacquard. It just didn't need the cricket letters on it. It didn't need the cricket letters. It didn't need the cricket letters. So maybe this will do now. It would have been even better if I could have taken the center zip out. Now, I probably would have had an issue with it, but I would have taken it out and enjoyed the heck out of this carry, because it would have been exactly what I wanted. But then I don't know how I would have closed it, because this is a center. One snap, maybe they could have put a zipper if they had taken this out and just put a zipper across the top. I don't know, but it would have. I think that's why I like Janine, because it's just like a little box, a little treasure chest. So, Mo, I'm gonna sleep another night or two before that large tote sails out, and then make a decision. It's bothering me that I've gotta rework the design in order to make it work for me, but I've done it with other brands, other bags. And I'm trying to think, I don't know. And by the way, Candy Crusher is the one that sent me the link. I'm just gonna put that out there. That's why she's also in the penthouse. I can't remember whether that bag in the jacquard has feet under the bottom, but let me throw this out, because I didn't pick up on it until I saw it in person. And I'm not one of those people. I do not have to see a bag or a color in person before I pull the trigger. That has never been that. I can visualize. There's certain gradients that I'm like, okay, if it's a little lighter, a little darker, I can deal with it. So I'm not one of those people that has to go to the store to actually see something before I try it. I don't have to go and like put it on my shoulder, because I know what shoulder drop I need in order for it to pass the elbow test. So that's also part of the reason that I'll give credit for not having a lot of returns, is because I kind of know what works for me. But it's probably been 3 or 4 months ago. I was at Lenox. Was that Lenox? No, I was at Perimeter Mall, and I went into the MCM store, and I went in. This was the same time that I went in to look at the new coated canvas that I could actually see the light through. And so I decided not doing that, because to me it's not worth the money at this point. I need for them to reconsider that. But while I was there, I did a thorough walkthrough of the store, and I knew that they had jacquard bags online. And online, I was like, not really sure, but I kind of like that it's got that Field Tote 30 vibe, boxy, no center, casual. It probably wouldn't have even been a bag that I would have taken to work. It would have made for a great, weekend bag. I never had experienced MCM's jacquard. But when I saw it in person, I was like, oh, wait a minute. I kind of like you. It has, it is weighty. It's got some good heaviness to it. The threading and the pattern design, it's really tightly woven. It is absolutely exquisite. The colors in the fibers is absolutely flawless. And I've told this to a couple of you, that the weight and the detail of that jacquard, it reminds me of like drapery, like old school embroidered heavy tapestry, like that you would find at like a Biltmore house in Asheville, or in maybe some drapery that's maybe in an estate sale, or that you might even see like even in a museum. I'm talking about when things were like heavy quality, like you didn't necessarily need a blind up at the window because the drapes were heavy enough to block out the light, thick enough to keep the sun out, keep the heat out, keep the cold out. That jacquard is perfection. To me, their jacquard is better than Dooney's, and it's a whole heck of a lot better than what Coach calls jacquard. Now, it is heavy, but I like the weight of it. I like the finish. Yeah, it's got, the MCM big logo. I know that's not going to be everybody. I didn't think it was for me either. But after, and it's in this style minus the center zip. It's got a nice strap. It's got the top handle. I believe it had feet under the bottom. It was amazing. Now, I think it was like $998, not for jacquard. But if it makes its way to the outlets, I could see adding that into my collection. Again, wouldn't be a bag I'd take to work. Would not be a bag that I would travel with, because it's not gonna, the pattern and the colors. I think it came in 3 colors, like a cranberry, Bordeaux, crimson type color. Then there was a navy blue, and then I think it was green was the third color. I think that was the third one, or maybe gray, green or gray. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I would have immediately passed on it by looking online, because I hadn't paid it any attention other than looking at the bag saying, jacquard, no thanks. In person, completely changed my mind. Style of the bag, on point. Their customer service with MCM is amazing. The size dimensions of their bags, when they say a bag is large, you do not have to question whether or not it is big bag girl friendly. It's a big bag. So I didn't have those concerns. But jacquard, again, and I have been a fan for Dooney jacquard for many, many, many moons. Love their jacquard. But I do believe that MCM, with this most recent collection, did a much better job with their jacquard than what I have had from Dooney. Because Dooney's jacquard can almost, it's like the maxi. If you have a maxi piece, then that's kind of Dooney's jacquard. And it's durable. It's tons of it you can find on like the resale market. There are a few videos here on YouTube featuring the jacquard, but it doesn't compare to MCM. Sorry, Peter, not sorry. It does not compare to MCM. So if you come across that at the MCM outlet, please let me know. Let me know. Not going to be an everyday bag. It would be a weekend carry. It would be a casual carry. It could be a running errands bag. And I know that's a lot of money to spend for that. Hey, manage your budget. I got this one over here. I just like it. And again, it was not on my radar until I actually saw it in person. That being said, I still don't have to see everything in person before I pull the trigger. But that one, unintentional, saw it, and it changed my mind, changed my view of that collection. So it looks like next video up is going to be best of 2021. Maybe I'll pull that together, and I won't be, will I be here next week? I won't be here next week. I won't be here next Sunday. So what I will do is I will film it. I will film the best of 2021, and I will upload it as a premiere for 6 o'clock next Sunday, and I will join in the chat because I am, I'll be coming, I don't know if I'll make it back from Tennessee in time for live. So I will get that uploaded, set it as a premiere for next Sunday at 6 o'clock, best of 2021, and I will join you live in the chat. So watch and participate live in the chat for the premiere next Sunday. That's it. I hope you are safe. I hope you are warm. I hope that you are healthy. I hope that you are mentally and physically prepared for the work week ahead. Don't let anything or anyone stress you. Find your zen, and then do your thing. All right. So thank you so very much for watching. Please hit the thumbs up before you head out. And until next time, I do hope you find something that feeds your addiction. Take care, everyone.